What's up fellow hunters, Nox here, welcome to another exciting build video. Today we have 6 hammer builds with comfy and meta options. We're gonna see 2 for strength, 3 for courage, and 1 hybrid build. But of course, you can use them however you like regardless. Let's go. We're gonna start with the ultimate comfy damage build for strength hammer, Tornado Crusher. Weapon of choice is the Windstorm. 360 attack, massive purple sharpness, 21 dragon, and minus 20% affinity. A talisman with attack boost level 3 and 1 level 2 slot will get you all the essential skills and is super easy to get now. But a bunch of other talismans will work here as well, of course. To increase our damage, we crank up the affinity as high as possible with critical eye and weakness exploit. Negative affinity on a weapon is no longer a problem because we can make up for it with Agitator and Bloodlust. Level 4 Agitator will give us 16 attack and 10% affinity when a monster is enraged, and Bloodlust will add an additional 20% affinity when we overcome its virus. This puts us at a maximum potential of 100% affinity on weak spots. Along with that, we of course have critical boost to get the most out of our critical hits. And of course, we have attack boost level 7 for a nice big damage boost. We also get another 15 attack from Coalescence. This activates when we get rid of an elemental blight or abnormal status, which means it will activate automatically when we overcome the virus from Bloodlust. Here's why this build is so comfortable. For sharpness management, we have Razor Sharp, giving us a 50% chance to not lose any sharpness when landing a hit. And with our huge amount of purple sharpness, we can go entire hunts without sharpening. We have level 3 Defiance, which makes us immune to most roars, wind pressure, and tremors when a monster is enraged. And in case something still goes wrong, we have Intrepid Heart as an incredible safety net. Getting hit out of your big attacks can be super annoying, but with Intrepid Heart, an attack that catches you off guard won't be able to stop you. And as a bonus, we also have Powder Mantle, which will give us big additional bursts of damage throughout the hunt. We have all that without even augmenting the armor pieces. I will show some augment recommendations like this after each build, but you can of course choose whatever you want. If you're looking for an extra comfortable build to jump into any quest and deal high amounts of damage, this is a perfect go-to. Brute Force, a prehistoric all-out damage build for Strength Hammer. Weapon of choice is the Abominable Avalanche. Massive 370 attack, purple sharpness, 31 ice, and minus 15% affinity. We again have all the base damage essentials, like weakness exploit, critical eye, critical boost, and attack boost. The build also comes with Agitator like the previous one, which at level 5 gives us 20 attack and 15% affinity when a monster gets enraged. That's a very nice damage boost and also helps offset the negative affinity on the weapon. Keep in mind, if you ever want or need more affinity, you can always bring a Fighter Palico. With the Rousing Roar, they can give us a free boost of 30% affinity. Embolden is more of a side skill or a bonus here, but of course it still has its usual benefits that help with Agitator and Defiance. For sharpness management, we have 2 additional levels of Handicraft and full Master's Touch, giving us an 80% chance to not lose any sharpness when landing a critical hit. A very nice addition to an already high damage build is maxed out Powder Mantle, which will give us the additional bursts of damage even faster. This build is the Caveman Bonk in its purest form, as simple as it is destructive. Like for the previous and the rest of the builds, a plain attack boost talisman will get you all the essential skills and is super easy to get now. These are the augment recommendations. Adding Bloodlust and Coalescence to the build will take it to the next level. Now we're gonna jump into the Courage Hammer builds. Oni Strike, a super high damage option for both Dragon and Thunder. Weapons of choice are the Sinister and Narwhal Hammer. They have similar attack, long wide sharpness, and both very high element. The Narwhal Hammer doesn't have slots, but it makes up for it with its high Thunder attack. We again have all the base damage essentials, but the skill priority for Courage Hammer is quite a bit different. It does incredibly high damage with an element setup, which is why we have a huge elemental skill synergy going on. We of course have Dragon or Thunder attack level 5. Then we have Max Critical Element for a 15% increase to element damage on critical hits. Max Element Exploit for another 15% when hitting weak spots. And then we also have Charge Master, which is kind of a hidden gem here. For a lot of weapons this skill is nearly useless, but Courage Hammer is where it actually shines. Depending on the skill's level, we get about a 10 to 25% increase to elemental damage on charge attacks, which makes it uniquely qualified for Courage style. All those things combined allow the hammer to have ridiculously high elemental damage output, which before Courage existed was never a real thing. But now, Element Hammer is fantastic. Aside from all that, we also have Burst, Coalescence, and 1 level of Mail of Hellfire to add even more damage to the build. We also have a bit of Razor Sharp, but that's honestly just a side bonus. Once again, the same talisman from before will get you all the essential skills. For the augments, I recommend just going for attack boost or any of the level 2 decorations on the list. That will give you the most freedom when making your own adjustments. Toxic Flare, a crazy strong courage build for fire. Weapon of choice is the Cactus Unwetter. 315 attack, purple sharpness, 88 fire, 15% affinity, great slots, and of course, the hidden poison effect that all flaming Espinasse weapons have. This hammer is phenomenal. The skill priority is very similar to the previous Courage build, but we do have a lot of additions here. We again have all the base damage essentials and the super high elemental skill synergy. But since we're using fire, we have Teostra Blessing added to the mix, increasing fire damage by another 10% on top of everything else. Since flaming Espinasse weapons also deal poison damage, we have a bunch of skills that synergize with that as well. We have Build Up Boost for a 10% damage increase to all attacks that apply poison here. Along with that, we have Chameleos Blessing level 3, which increases the duration monsters will stay poisoned. This is of course a great benefit because we also have Foray, giving us an additional 10 attack as long as a monster is poisoned. For sharpness management, we're again using Master's Touch. In case you want to have more sharpness, all you have to do is drop the Hard Venom or Phoenix decoration for a Handicraft 1 instead. And as a free bonus, we also have maxed out Powder Mantle here for a nice passive damage increase. For the augments, I definitely recommend going for Bloodlust again. It will increase overall damage and turns everything up a notch. Leviathan X. This one is our option for both ice and water. I'm curious to see how many of you will know what the name of this build is a reference to. Weapons of choice are the Blizzard and Almudron Hammer. Both have 315 attack, long wide sharpness, and over 100 ice and water. The skill priority is very similar to the previous two, base damage essentials plus a high elemental skill synergy. But we do have a few changes. Due to armor piece efficiency, we have more attack boost and a bit less on the elemental skills. But we have Kushala Blessing, which already makes up for it. It increases water and ice damage by an additional 10%. Aside from that, we again have Burst, Coalescence, and Mail of Hellfire to add further damage to the build. It also comes with maxed out Razor Sharp, giving us super comfortable sharpness management. Your damage potential here is insanely high when you start adding augments. My recommendation would be to simply fill in some of the gaps. The Predator. A super flexible build that can essentially become whatever you want it to be. Weapon of choice is the Flaming Espinasse Hammer again. Careful, this time the weapon augments are set up differently, but you can also use the previous ones. We again have all our base damage essentials with a bit more attack boost. In addition to that, we have the same synergy of poison related skills like the previous build that used this hammer. Build Up Boost, Chameleos Blessing, and Foray, giving us a very nice increase to overall damage output. But aside from that, this build has a very significant difference to all the others. We have Wind Mantle level 1 and maxed out Wirebug Whisperer, which greatly increases Wirebug gauge recovery, making it very easy for this build to adapt to any playstyle and occasion. Combined with Stun Resistance, Defiance, and Master's Touch, it's an incredibly comfortable setup. And another cool thing is that this build has 2 level 4 decorations that are completely optional. The Handicraft and KO decoration can both be exchanged for anything else you like, making this build super customizable on top of everything else. If you want a strong, flexible build that can jump between strength and courage style, this one is perfect for you. Budget Talisman will be the same as before. For the augments, I personally added Bloodlust and more build up boost, but you can really get creative here. There are plenty of builds on the channel and more new ones coming soon. Thanks for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.